Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Lucas who plays games, playing retro games on Mondays at 9:15, whatever I feel like on Fridays at 9:15, except I don't do the former anymore, and this is the last night I'm going to do the latter, so, you know, welcome. If you're here now, you're watching a special event, the last stream of CPG, last regular scheduled stream of the CPG channel. So, happy to have you here, I hope you're happy to be here. Hello, hello. It is Friday, 9/15/125, 2019. Happy to have you here, and, yeah. What was I trying to do? So it's, like, I don't know how anything works. What, isn't there, like, oh, there it is. I was like, there's no button that tells me how many people are watching, but, I found the button that tells me how many people are watching. I should share the link in Discord, at least, so people know. Like, hey, CPG streaming. Hopefully I'm streaming. Do I look like I'm live? Yeah, I'm live. Cool. Alright, I'm here. Excellent. Alright. Everyone. Final regularly scheduled stream. I should tweet it too. Hello, James Holder. Tonight, I am live streaming video games for the last time. You'll have to join me tonight if you want to watch. There we go. Alright, I got some tweetsy beatsy. I got some people talking. It's like a big party up in here. Anyway, so we're going to start off with Binding of Isaac, and then we'll go from there. I got no particular plans, so we'll just play whatever I feel like. Welcome Yugi, James, Julie, and Fudarir. We're just going to start off with the Binding of Isaac daily and see how badly we do. I haven't played this game in months, and so we're just going to have to see how it goes. I know... I don't know how to play this game anymore, so we'll just see how it goes. Alright, get out of here, big fireman head dude. Hello. Alright, there we go. Alright. What's this? This is bombs. Alright. Mr. Boom. What is this again? This gives me more friends. Okay. I think I'm gonna keep my... I have like a bajillion bombs. I have 99 bombs. I don't need any more bombs. That's not a thing I need. So... I don't know why I have 99 bombs, but I do, so I'm just going to avoid any more bombs. And instead, I'm going to keep my reusable buddy. Hello, Emily and Aurora and everybody else. Welcome. Anyway, happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. The government's open again, I guess. Or at least close to open. I don't know exactly the status of these things or how long they take. How many I don't have any idea how many hearts I have. Okay, well, that's good to know. I'll take this petrified poop. It says it feels lucky, so maybe it does. We'll pop out a little bit of, oh, okay. I forgot how the friends things work, but that's fine. Alright, so okay. Flies and spiders, doing job. Good. Alright, so I already got this thing on this floor, and I don't have any keys, so we'll just go... Oh god, the haunt. I hate the haunt. Oh, haunt's gonna throw a thing at me. Oh no. Okay, it's fine. It's not fine. It's fine. Okay. So this thing is gonna wanna, like, spit out at me, so I want... Oh god! Okay, we're fine. All good here. Oh, no problems. Yeah, yeah, this is fine. Let's just use some more bombs here somehow. Oh god. Ow! Friggity jiggity. Ugh! Okay, I moved so slow, so I was like trying to like put a bomb up there. There we go. I got him. Okay, I used my bombs for good. I got some more life, which is good, and some luck, which is good. All right, there we go. Yeah, hoping for 3 weeks to negotiate. It's true. You know, so Mr. Donald Trump, the so-called president of these United States, decided today that he was going to give in to the pressures of everybody and reopen the government. Now, it is worth noting that there's a bunch of, you know, commentary in the discourse, such as it is called, about who is responsible for this brilliant masterstroke of whateverness? Is Trump just, you know, got everyone right where they want them or whatever? Is it Nancy Pelosi's brilliant marketing tactics or State of the Union shenanigans? Or is it the wildcat strikes of the Air Traffic Controllers Union and the fears from flight attendants unions and everything else like that we're all going to, you know, whatever? The answer is, of course, all of the above. There's more than one cause for anything. And while Trump's whole shtick of, well, I'm going to reopen this while you negotiate, is certainly a interesting, you know, tactical, strategical, whatever, I don't know how... Oh, no, I wanted to... God damn it, that's fine. That's fine. I wasn't really thinking. I don't really know how this item... Oh, are these the... So is this the one where I... Yeah, I don't like that. Okay. So there's like pinking shears where you cut your head off and then your body goes and attacks things for you. But I don't think the scissors are that. I think the scissors are a useless item. So, the Super Bowl is certainly an important and an important aspect of it. But like the reality is that like LaGuardia, Newark, and like Philly all stopped. Like, had delays because they couldn't handle their flights because they didn't have enough air traffic controllers. So, it's a hugely important thing that they did, and the reasons why, you know, there's going to be a million people having a million different opinions, and I don't think that's the most relevant thing. So. Well, so switching teams at work, all of my drama was quiet, right? So when I was switching teams at work, I was much less dramatic about it because all of my drama was in, like, I hate my manager and my director, but it took place in locked documents that I shared with 14 people and, like, was involved with my attempting to seek employment at other companies, which you don't really talk loudly about, and other things like that. So I had a lot of drama on switching teams at work. But it was more quiet. We could do some Mega Man tonight. I could try and play through Mega Man 2, that old favorite of mine. Takes me about 45 minutes to play through it on a good day. So I'll drink some beer and then it'll take an hour and a half. It's great. Probably no Contra. Contra is, like, especially the original NES Contra, and actually any of the Contras that I've played have never been games that I'm like, oh, this is definitely something that is, like, I just used the cheat codes and it's fine, but... Okay, so I think I want this, which gives me the ability to fly. And I think I like the cat head better than that. I don't know if that was dumb. That was dumb. That was very dumb, because now I only have one heart, and that is enough, so... They did try to punish me by putting me in a tiny desk, but that was a fair while afterwards. You know, as much as I like to claim retaliation for, you know, my workplace organizing activities, I think that's not a realistic thing. I think that the reality is that they're not sufficiently organized to actually punish me in that way, I don't think. So, you know, I just need to not get hit. Yeah, Brad, we're talking about me. I'm not saying it was the wrong move. I'm saying it was dumb for me. I also don't, like, what does Temperance do? Alright, you're all slow now. So that's good. I still can't shoot over rocks. Hey, I got a heart! Okay, good. Now it's a fine move. It was the smart move. But yeah, so I think shutting down the reality is that the direct, so there's two major direct impetus today, right? Two major things that happened today. Both at around the same time. One is that, you know, 800,000 people well, 1.8 million people didn't get paychecks again, but 800,000 of them are not contractors, and so therefore they count in the eyes of whoever counts these things. And the other is the fact that air traffic control basically became unworkable. It was no longer possible to run our nation's airports. Both of those have a strong effect. Both of those increase motivations. In fact, there was even discussion earlier today of Democrats giving in some way on giving Trump his wall. Is that polyphemus? Do I want it? Oh, I should be using the Guppy's head every time. God damn it. Alright. I don't know if I made the right decision or not, but it's the decision I made, so I'm going to just go with it. So because I made the decision, it is the right one. That's just the way it works. I have 10 cents, which is not really enough that I have a strong desire to go into the shop. Because it slows down my tiers a lot, and I'm terrible at aim. So that's typically bad for me. Alright, we got some more flies in here. Oh yeah, 14,000 IRS agents decided they were not going in. So they were you know, having to work while unpaid, in part because they were told they had to come in order to process tax returns, which is yeah, I love this whole approach to government where they're like, yeah, we're just gonna run the parts we care about. So we'll force all the workers to work without pay on just the things we care about. Real good move, yeah. How do I push the button? There we go. Alright, well that was good. I did not see that, but that's fine. I'm just looking for, like, secrets. I got all these bombs, and I'm not using them, so I feel like I should do something about that. Do I actually care about this temperance? Not really. Alright, I'm just going on. Okay, space item, crazy powerful. Got it. I'm doing better. I think I got it on the last 2 rooms, so, you know. And I have 3 hearts, so, like, I'm... Oh, God. Oh, this is fine. Why am I freaking out? Because the boss is large, is why I was freaking out. God damn it. But I shouldn't be. This is not a hard boss. It can be a little bit of an annoying boss, but it's not hard. Whoa! That was dumb. Why did I let that happen to me? This is not a hard boss. Just don't be stupid. Like, ugh. I'm not playing well. It's fine. It's fine. It just feels very slow. There we go. Alright, there we go. We got it. We got it. So forced work without pay, it is worth noting, is like super common in a lot of ways in the US. You know, when it happens to federal workers, we all kind of get up in arms about it, and we should, but there's also tons and tons, like hundreds of millions of dollars, probably billions of dollars per year in wages that are unpaid to workers at like all kinds of low wage workers where people are forced to, you know, work overtime or work hours without pay, and they don't have the ability to, you know, sue their employer to get it dealt with. It's a terrible thing. It's just not nearly as uncommon as it should be. So that's one of those things that, you know, yeah, it sucks. Get a union. God damn. Everyone needs a union. I was talking to, I was at my Upgrade Cambridge meeting on Tuesday. I was talking to someone who works at Akamai, and I was talking about the fact that I think that Google, you know, should have a union. And he's like, does Google really need a union? And like 3 of us in the room all at the same time were like, everybody needs a union. Yeah, so it's not that it's not illegal. It's that I think that it's not about slavery. It's just about unpaid, you know, delayed paying of wages. And I think the government, I mean, the reality is the government is special in a lot of ways in this sense. None of them good. So the you know, like government workers oftentimes can't strike. Also bad. Hello, Red Ranger. Alex caught fire. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's. Am I doing okay? I'm not actually paying enough attention to what I'm doing to know if I'm doing well or not. I'm trying to talk to all of you and play Isaac. I'm not used to having so many people, so many friends here, so many friends. It's so exciting, so exciting. All right, I hit this button. Okay, I got a key back. That's fine. Got a bomb. Don't need it. Whatever. I suppose I should probably go find the item room on this floor. So all the government workers who are working, all of the non-contract workers who are working, who were furloughed, get back pay. Some of them, they were trying to get back pay early, whatever, but they'll all get back pay now that the government is reopened. And not only that, but they've actually changed the law so that that is automatic going forward. So in the past, it was like Congress had to pass a special appropriation bill every time. Now they've passed a bill and Trump signed it that says, when the government reopens, those people all get paid. Like, they don't have to pass a specific law to do that. So they will get paid. It's delayed wages, not unpaid wages. I agree that if it was unpaid wages, they would be in a different position. Of course, the contract workers, of which there's like 1 million, are in a different state. They will not get back pay. They will, most of them will see nothing. And that kind of sucks. And when I say kind of, what I mean is it's absolutely terrible. Alright, so I'm gonna use... Oh, god damn it. Of course this shop is a freaking... greed, whatever. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, no, I mean, and keep in mind, I'm not really frustrated. Like, a little bit, I'm a little bit sad, but I'm not frustrated. Like, I just, you know, you gotta make choices. You gotta make choices with what you do. None of us have infinite time. None of us have infinite resources, and we gotta make the choices with, you know, which things we have the time and energy to get involved in. So, I've made good choices, hopefully, for me, and I'm pretty happy about it. So, all right, let's go in here. Little Brim. Oh god, fucking shit nuggets. Yeah, it's fine. Oh no, Succubus, that's not Little Brim. Okay, it's been too long since I've played, so. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, yeah, no, you're fine, Alex. I just wanted, because some people are like, oh my gosh, it's like so sad. And I'm like, no, it's not sad. It's fine. Like, it's just it's time to move on. And I'm excited to do more. Like, it's a good opportunity for me, and I'm already really excited, you know. So I put out my first actual video of showing me cooking, which I'm excited about. I also put out a bunch of other videos, some of which were edited. I did the video in my little studio downstairs that was actually my goodbye video. Like, I'm just excited about all the types of video things that I can do if I have a little bit more time. So it's really something I'm looking forward to, you know, finding new ways to do awesome things. It's great. Yeah, so I'm really psyched. I'm really psyched about like the cooking thing in general. So I've actually, at this point, I've actually cooked I've cooked 5 Blue Apron meals and 1 non-Blue Apron meal. I actually made a pot roast in a slow cooker. So I'm pretty awesome on this. I don't know what this fragmented card thing does. I've never seen that before, but we'll pick it up. Okay, I feel like I'm feeling powerful now. I don't know if I am powerful, but I'm feeling pretty powerful. Like, especially when the Succubus is on top of me, my power level is not quite over 9,000, but it's pretty high. So I'm excited. I just did it. I followed, like I said, I can follow recipes, man. Like, I can make a pot roast. It came out okay. It was underspiced. It was definitely could have used a lot more something. Okay, so there's a present up there. There's a bomb-related thing that I don't think I need. Buy the present, I guess. I think you're supposed to use the present outside. Okay, that's not really relevant. Take that back. Nope. Nope. I will take an extra heart because I got lots of money. Oh, I'm not finding the secret rooms anyway, so I guess that's not a huge deal for me. Oh, that's true. I can bomb it. That's what I should do. Bombs away. I should bomb everything. All right. None of these are like super obviously compelling to me, so should have taken the black candle. Really? Over the Guppy's head? Alright, well, so it goes. And so it goes, and so it goes. I'm not Cher. Do I look like Cher to you, Jose? Oh god, don't stand still in this room. I'll float right into things. Okay, I need to find the thing that gives this. There we go. I need to find this. That's correct. You heard me. Alright. You think Brad's played this, Jeff? Yeah, I think once or twice. Okay. So now my bombs are even more powerful, I guess. So maybe I should use them for something or other. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel... Oh, shit, Nuggets. That was the wrong button. Okay. I meant to use a... I wanted to use my sun card on the next goddamn floor. Oh, well. I guess I should go back for that secret room now that I know where it is. I mean, I'm not going for speed here, obviously, so... I look more like Sonny Bono? Okay. Am I gonna sing ABBA covers? I don't think I'm gonna sing ABBA cover. Why did that not... There we go. I can't bomb things, apparently. Oh, fucking you. Damn it. Super Greed. Screw you. Tapeworm versus whatever. Okay, let's do this. Be done. Okay, thinking. What's the words I was thinking? Okay, anyway, it's good to see you, Jose, and everybody else who's here. If I haven't said hi and you think I should say hi to you, Jeff, or anybody else, feel free to be like, hashtag CPG say hi or something. I'm feeling overwhelmed by the number of people here who love me. But yeah, so I just made a pot roast. So the biggest problem with the pot roast is the biggest problem I have with all of my recipes that aren't Blue Apron. I didn't have the things that I needed. Jess bought the ingredients, and she assumed that we had like garlic powder and powdered thyme and other stuff like that we didn't have. And so when I went to like actually prep it, like we didn't have the spices that I needed. And so it reaffirmed my decision so far to focus on Blue Apron so that I have all the recipes. I spent about 30 minutes of my total like hour of cooking time just finding the things in my house, so. You know, meh. Just wanted it because it's like a nice, okay. I don't know what I should have done with that Pandora's box, but now I got a lot of money that I won't need, I guess. Hello, John! Welcome. Good to see you, my friend. You're here for my farewell tour. A long time no see. Alright. Let's, kill all these things. Yeah, so it was, like, gonna be a cold, like, wintry day, and I feel like pot roast done well, I actually enjoy. Pot roast that I have made, do not enjoy yet. So, you know, even things as simple as I should have put way more pepper and salt in, which is something that I figured out, like, after I was eating it, but also didn't cook it long enough, just made a bunch of little mistakes. So, I will go ahead and get rid of this. I will take this. Do I care about the blue map? Sure. I'm gonna take this buddy. Oh, that was not useful, I don't think. Yeah, no, I can't take anything else useful. Okay, let's go. Hello, Chris GC8. There is no best of CPG montage. I will not rule out producing a best of CPG montage, but the reality is that at the moment, I don't feel like I'm really feeling like there's a best of CPG. I've done some stuff and it's great, but when I look back, I'm not like, that was greater than anything else. The best montage that I really feel like I've done, Cancer? Is Cancer good? Or should I keep my locusts? I feel like I should keep my locusts. Okay. Oh, I think I also didn't get the, ow. Keep your stinky hands away from me, Mom. God damn. Okay. Take this, grab this, use that. Cancer's better. Well, too late. I don't think I can get back out of here now. So yeah, so keep in mind AWOL, and so a lot of this is covered in my why I'm using Blue Apron video, which is on my cooking channel, Chris Plays Gourmet. So if you're interested in hearing more from me in video form, you can also check the blog, which is chrisplaysgames.com/gourmet. It is certainly the case that I know full well that Blue Apron is not the best thing for the environment. It's not the best thing for cost. It's not the best thing for a whole lot of things. But the comparison that I'm doing at the moment is having a delivery driver drive to my house and drop off food every time. Look at that, small rock. Look at that. I didn't even see that. I was just like, I feel like there's a lot of rocks here. One of them is probably good. I'll blow them all up. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Well. I am enjoying my new faucet, Fooderer. It's so nice. It's so nice to have a working faucet. You're off to another space. Which space are you going to this time, John? There's not one in Texas now, is there? I keep meaning to go to one in New York. I'm doing a tour. I'm taking my my team at work on a tour of the we're going to go on a tour of the LA space when I'm out there in February, which I'm super excited about because I love the LA space. It's just so fun. Good luck, gaming lawyer. Hello, this guy's falling. Hey, Julia subscribed. That's good. Chris Plays Gourmet is also CPG. Yeah, so I agree. Again, you gotta read all my blog posts, people. No, I can't. I know it's dumb, but I cannot in my head. I cannot convince myself that it is okay to put cooking content on my gaming channel. I know it's fine. I know there's no reason not to do it, but I feel guilty and like I'm bothering people. So rather than deal with the fact that my brain sucks, I'm just like, screw it. Like let's go 5 blades. No, screw it. I'll just make little homes for everything. Plus, it's also like I know it's stupid and subscribers don't matter and everything else. I know all of the reasons why I shouldn't do things that I do, but the reality is that watching my subscribers go down every time I stream just makes me kind of sad. It's not important and it should make no difference, but it still does, so. I should put the blog posts on the community tab. I'm going to put the weekly ones on the community tab on this channel. I don't think they'll be effective. Nobody will watch them, but... hello, Kenny Christie. Yeah, that shit happens. Okay. Oh, I didn't actually... I was like, I don't want to go in there while I still have Are You a Wizard? And then I, like, wandered around for 2 rooms waiting for Are You a Wizard to go away and didn't actually wait it out. Good job, me. Well done. Go in here. Oh, fucking Krampus. Okay, that's fine. Lump of coal is fine. What should I use the holy card for? I don't know what it does. Is it gonna, like, kill me if I use it now? Yeah, AWOL, like, I lose. Well, the reality is that, like, most people who have subscribed to me do not care about my content anymore, right? Like, there are people who subscribed to me a long time ago. They don't watch my shit anymore. Like, why should they care? So, so I am not at all surprised or disappointed or anything that people unsubscribe when I stream, but it's a little bit demotivating. And so just having my 17 or 20 little subscribers on Chris Plays Gourmet is plenty. I don't need more than that. It's fine. I should actually add, I don't know if the links to everything are in the description below, but I will add them after I finish the daily run. So, but yeah, so I'm psyched. I'm psyched. I'm super happy about taking more time to do some of the things that I have been thinking about for a long time but not doing. And I'm really just looking forward to it. So I can come to the end of the month and be like, oh my god, why can't I, you know, talk to people anymore? I may, you know, put some like Discord chat sessions in there or something else like that just to reconnect with people. But overall, I'm pretty psyched. Okay, why did I push those buttons? I thought maybe it was going to be a good thing, but it doesn't seem like it. Oh, god damn it. Fucking flies. Or whatever. Yeah, the Rainbow Armworms I don't think did me in. It's really been a recent thing in the past, like, few months, but... Surprisingly, that I don't think was the shift. Alright, let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Don't care about that. Okay, cool. Holy shield. Holy card gives you a single use shield. Okay, so I'll just save that for like the mom's heart fight or something. Not that it'll do much good. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll use it right here. Hey! Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's good. Yeah, okay, cool. I mean, I'm not gonna get Guppy. Actually, I guess that doesn't really matter, does it? I already have, and now I have 2 Guppy items, so like if I got a 3rd Guppy item, that would be great, but there's no practical way I'm gonna get a 3rd Guppy item at this point, so it doesn't matter. Oh well. It doesn't hurt me much. Like, I lost 1 red heart, and if I lose all of my hearts, I'm going to end up doing a really stupid thing where I have to die a bajillion times, but whatever. Not a huge deal. God damn it. Hello, Cotton Pop. But yeah, so one of the things that I'm thinking about doing, or one of the things I'm going to try to do, is to take my my weekly update blog posts and put them as definitely as community posts on this channel, but also considering putting them as videos if I can make the time. So. Alright, let's do it. Is this the final floor, or do I have to keep going? I feel like I'm going to have to keep going. I guess I didn't... Oh, wait, I can answer that question with the little thing in the left side, which is going to tell me nothing, because I don't actually know what those signals mean. Like, that's the negative, so that means I have to go further? Oh, God. Or that's the positive, whatever. The photograph. That is totally fine. You can tell him I love him anyway, Alex. The mirror thing gives you pills, but I'm not really caring about pills at this point, so. It's still around. I mean, I'm not going to delete it or anything. I don't really have an expectation that I'll use it. But the game forum still exists. You can type ! game forum if you want to see me play something. The other thing is that I'm not ruling out continuing to make gaming content. So if there's something you're like, oh, this would be really great for you, like, I hope that I will still find a way to actually play games, even if I'm not streaming them. I think it's more straightforward for me to play games than it is for me to stream games. I can do it at my leisure. I can kind of go in and out. And that's one of the things about streaming is that, you know, it's really at a specific time and for a specific duration that ends up being a little bit of the problem with integrating stuff into the rest of my life, so. Just so I can learn how to play Mahjong, Brad. I see your game here. Oh, God. Okay, good. I don't want to go in that 2x2 if I can avoid it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. All right. Into the 2x2 we go. Oh. Okay, we're fine. I don't know what this little king baby is doing, but it doesn't seem very useful. Like, if there's a thing he's supposed to be doing to help me, I'm not picking up on what it is. It's probably just misusing it somehow, but... Yeah, thanks, Cotton Pop. That's it. That's really it, you know, like, and it's not like it's been, you know, my expectation initially was that this would be like a 6-month thing, right? Most of my obsessions last for about 6 months. 6 to 12 months is pretty much as long as I stay obsessed with any one thing. And so the fact that this ended up sticking around for as long as it did is really kind of the surprise. Ugh. Fuck. Fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, so now I have to go in here and keep going. Yep. 3 years. 3 years. So the reason actually that I added Friday streams is because on January 15th, I streamed Binding of Isaac, which was a Monday, and oh, that was dumb. But yeah, so January 15th of 2016, I streamed Binding of Isaac, and people said, this isn't retro. And so I realized that I had to, should I just take all these? Should I not take them? Am I going to get, like, something to change them? Not really, right? Can I get these? This is going to give me, like, black hearts if I take damage or something, right? So... But yeah, so that was why I added Friday streams, is because people were like, and I think it was a joking complaint. I think it was actually Brad who made the comment, who obviously enjoys Binding of Isaac, but was like, this isn't retro streamer. And I was like, you know what, you're right, it's not retro. And then later he was like, I was just kidding. And I was like, yeah, but you're right. And so that was why I added Friday streams to the thing, is that I started doing once a week on Mondays with just retro games in November of 2015. And then in January, I added non-retro game streams on a regular basis. And that was when I switched to the 2 nights a week scheme that I've been doing since then. It might have been Jose. It's possible. Well, you have to keep in mind, Brad, that you say things that about what I'm doing even when you don't actually mind it that make me think you do. So it's entirely possible that even if you liked what I was doing, you might still have said that. Give me something good. I don't know what that does. But I don't think I need 29 keys, so... I can't take that. I'm like super slow. So MWB Arts, I am moving over to focusing on edited content for a number of other channels, including Chris Plays Gourmet, Chris Produces Gadgets, and as well as Politically Unbalanced, and my main channel, which is Drones. So with all those in mind, I have a whole lot of videos that I want to edit, and I was finding that live streams was too much to add into that. So I am moving slightly away to be able to focus on doing edited content where I tell full stories, write more blog entries, and really just focus on trying to create more things that I can look back on and be individually proud of, rather than just the fun social experiences that I've always had here. So. Ow. I don't know how I was supposed to... I don't think I could get through that room without taking a hit, given how slow I am at this point. Again, my own stupid fault, but... Oh, oh, Magic Mush! Alright. I got all the power-ups at this point. Sure, you can have some money. Maybe you'll give me a heart? Nope, just keys. So where's the boss room? I don't see it. On here? Oh, it doesn't tell it, like, the rooms aren't labeled, right? Yeah, okay. We're good. I forgot that full map doesn't mean full map with all the rooms labeled, so. Ow. Oh. The one time in my entire freaking run that stupid thing that slowed me down for this entire floor triggers. Alright, there we go. I did it. Huh. Chris produces gadgets, AWOL. Okay, yeah, so before I go any further, allow me to edit my description to have links to all these things in the description below so that people can find them. Okay. My videos. I can't go further. Let me go further. I didn't go faster, but I did go further. Hello, Core Dream Studios. Okay. Chris produces gadgets, politically unbalanced, Christopher R. Schmidt. Okay, there we go. So I am editing my description now to have links to all the channels. So whether you do this now or you do this later, you can follow links to all the channels that I plan to put something on, potentially. The other thing that you can do is that I do have a weekly newsletter that I will be publishing, and I will put this stuff on the community tab on this channel with blog for more, or the weekly newsletter, so that you can get a weekly update of everything I'm doing via email. And that'll include blog posts and links to videos and anything else that I'm doing. So hopefully that is saved. And briefly, I will just say, like, if you go to chrisplaysgames.com/weekly, this is the blog post that has the links to all these things. So there's a weekly email newsletter. There's this blog with an RSS feed. I will share it on Twitter. I will share it on Discord. I will put it on my Patreon. I'll put it on my YouTube channel's community tab. I'm going to try and put all these links out there so that you know where all of them are. But this is the link to that post that has all the links. So that's it. There was another boss door? Oh. I don't know, whatever. So yeah, so just to reiterate, for those who are maybe just arriving or maybe not aware or anything else like that, yes, this is my last regularly scheduled stream on the Chris Plays Games channel. I have loved live streaming and it has been a ton of fun, but it is time for me to focus a little bit more on finishing stories. I've loved telling stories, but as you all know, I tell the same story 7 times because every time I get halfway through it, someone else comes in, and I never look back and I'm like, oh, that was a really succinct telling of that story. And that's really what I want to change in 2019 across a bunch of things, both at work and at home and blogs and Twitter and everything else, is to focus on telling more complete stories. So recently, for example, I saw a thing and I was like, I should tweet a response to this. And I sat down and I thought for a second, I'm like, you know what? It's not, my response isn't going to fit in a tweet. So then I went and I wrote a 2,700 word reply and put it on a blog, and like, yeah, it didn't do that. So, so I am going to continue to have uploads on this channel. I'm going to continue to have uploads on other channels. It just won't be as regularly scheduled. My biggest thing right now, my biggest focus is going to be on the cooking channel. My goal is to get a video out every week on the cooking channel. So the cooking channel is Chris Plays Gourmet. And you can see that I have actually put out 5 videos on Chris Plays Gourmet. All of them actually so far have been this week, or 4 of them have been this week. So what my goal is, you know, why I'm using Blue Apron, my troubles with my sink, and my efforts to cook my spicy beef gnocchi. So all of these things are things that I'm working on, but this is going to be where I want to get stuff out there to start with. And that's in part because cooking is a big focus for me right now. Like, this is the thing that this is my big 2019 goal, is to do this. But I also want to talk about 3D printing. I also want to do more drone editing videos. I'm also going to do more stuff with CCTV. So how I'm going to organize it all, how I'm going to get it all out there, still up in the air. I'm going to do what I can to, you know, fit it all in and share it somehow. But that's my goal. So thank you all for being here for so long. Thank you all for being here tonight. I am going to open my beer. This is the Farm to Barrel Almanac, barrel-aged in oak. It is a sour blonde ale. It has no fancy words on it that I can read for good effect, but it is a Farmer's Reserve Blueberry Sour. Cheers. I didn't get a glass, which I should have, but it's fine. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's my plan. I think now I'm gonna go and we'll play Mega Man 2, because that's a big part of the CPG career as well, so we'll do that. I can't get super drunk. I am going and tabling at the Our Revolution general meeting tomorrow, so I have to be up at like 8 in the morning, so. I don't think the cost of the cloud server is the problem for setting up IkeB2. Like, you can do it on, you could set it up on a Linode server that costs $5 a month. So. Look, if you want shirtless CPG, like, keep in mind, if folks want to hang out, like, if people want to, like, set up time where we do something, like, I'm not, like, against the idea of it. I just can't have it be regularly scheduled. I need to be able to say no in a way that I don't feel like I can right now. And that's really the big thing, is that, like, I still plan on streaming on my birthday. I still plan on streaming around, like, other times. Like, it is not the case that you will never hear from me again. Even if all you do is subscribe to me on this channel, you will still hear from me. You will still see things from me. It is not the end. I'm not falling into a grave to never be heard from again. So, I know that I'm making kind of a big deal of this, and the biggest reason I'm making a big deal of this is because I know there's regulars who actually show up here, like, even when I don't have something scheduled, and get sad when I don't, like, and that, like, have made this a big part of their lives, and I really appreciate that, and I didn't want to take that away. But I also don't want to pretend that, like, this social circle that I've built here will disappear entirely. I think it will, you know, as with anything that's not regularly scheduled, I think it will get smaller. My overall audience shrunk by about 40% when I had to go dark for a couple of months in order to deal with work stuff. So I think that's something to be aware of, but I'm not going to disappear from the internet. I'm still going to be on Twitter, I'll still be on Discord, I'll still probably be posting things here, even though my focus for the time being will be primarily on cooking stuff. And I want to get good enough, because I have stories to tell about gaming, I have stories to tell about streaming, I have stories to tell about, you know, creating content that I want to get out there, so. Yeah, Alex caught fire, and it's like, anyway, like, for me, it's I realize that all of these blockers, right, are largely mental. They're not, it is not the fact that I feel like my community would be angry at me if I didn't stream, like, show up to a stream. It's not the fact that I think that anyone else other than myself would be upset at me for not delivering on this, like, perceived obligation that I see. So I do want to, like, make it clear that I realize this is all in my own head, but, like, I have to live in my own head, so keeping it happy is very important, so. Yeah, so keeping my own head clear is a big thing for me, you know, it makes a big difference. Alright, so who do I go to after that? Order of Mega Man 2 bosses. Heat Man. Yeah, it's not too hard. Well, of course it's different, Brad. In the Chinese one, they have to add all the back doors so they can steal your data. Oh shit, I don't want to do this one. What am I thinking? I don't want to do this. This is not what I want. I'm just gonna die a lot. Yeah, I just realized that this is the one that I need. Like, I do much better with item 2. I have a Mega Man 2 boss guide that I've always followed, and it's not coming up first in Google. It's like, god damn it. Where's the page that I always clicked on? Oh, fuck. I screwed it up. Everyone does Metal Man first? It's so weird. Left to right, top to bottom. Well, I appreciate this guy's falling. And again, like, we're all busy. Like, we're all busy, and I totally get that. You know, it's one of the things that I think a lot of people have been like, oh my gosh, you're leaving, like, you know, I'll be really sad to miss your streams. And I'm like, it's fine. Like, you haven't, we both know you haven't been able to make them. It's okay. Like, it's all right because we all have lives. We're all busy people. So, I'm really happy it's out there. And like I said, you know, my goal is not to, my goal is to make more content, right? Or my goal is to make better content. That's the reason I'm doing this, is because I have always thought live streams are an interesting and exciting way to engage socially, and I've always thought that per minute of content produced, they are way more boring than the average content that's out there. Now, you can produce interesting live streams, and I used to actually do a lot more to do what I felt was producing interesting live streams, but I don't have the time anymore. I just don't have the time. You know, I'm doing all this other stuff that means that I don't have the time to produce interesting live streams and meet my other, you know, personally felt obligations. So it's time to kind of refocus on the creating interesting content part. That's all. And I just don't have the time to do it with live streams, so. Yeah, so the gadgets I'm working on at the moment are focused on my on the makerspace at work. So the first thing that I want to do is there's a 3D printed object that I've made a couple times now called a little digger. It's a print-in-place excavator. And I've shown it on stream a couple times before, and it is this really, really neat print. And so what I want to do is I want to take it, I want to print it, have the time-lapse of printing it so you can see how it actually lays down, but then I also want to dig into, like, how is it actually formed? Like, what did the person create in their 3D design software that allows it to be this really cool print that has this property that, like, it prints in place, but it has joints, and it has moving wheels, and it has hinges, and all this stuff that people don't really think of 3D prints as being able to do. So that's my first big project for that channel. So I am, yesterday I printed a new mount for the camera to put on the time-lapse of our 3D printer, so there's that. And then I'll also be focusing on doing other cool things, like we have a laser cutter at work, and I have shown before that I made like a little puzzle that says CPG on it, which is around here somewhere. So I've done like laser cut puzzle pieces, and that's something that I'll go into as well. It's like how does that work? As well as like a time lapse of actually doing the puzzle printing, the laser cutting. Because again, these are all things that I've showed before on the channel, but not in a way that's really easily shareable, because I kind of just like go in and I like quickly show a video from wherever, and that's it. So this almanac is super tasty. All right. Doesn't China do like some kind of rice wine that's like traditionally Chinese? I'm not saying it's good, but I'm just curious if that's like, if my memory is correct. I might be, oh wait, am I just thinking of like, never mind. I'm totally thinking of Japan, aren't I? Because that's what sake is, yeah? Or am I totally I'm here, allow me to stomp on everyone's culture. There were 19 years. There were 9 years I didn't drink too. Age 0 to 9, didn't drink at all. Did you get it from the Korean heartthrob that you met, Chris GC8? Gotcha. I know that Brad used to try to be sponsored by Suntory Liquors, but I don't know if he's had the thing you're talking about. Ugh. All right. Use this to get out of here. Oh god. Couldn't pause while the thing was on the screen. Wah! Alright, Metal Man, bring on your worst. Okay, maybe don't bring on quite your worst. Just like approximately your worst, maybe. There we go. A nose full of pit? I don't... That's weird. Oh, so we're getting a new pinball machine at work pretty soon. It's and I think it's like a brandish new, it's one of the like new generation of pinball machines. So it's a Pirates of the Caribbean pinball machine that we're buying that's in like actually decent shape. So Adam's Family, by the way, the Adam's Family pinball machine is one of the, I think the most popular pinball machine ever made. They made 24,000 of them, but this was back, they're all made by hand. All of the wiring and the solenoids and the soldering and the parts and everything else like that, they were all assembled by hand. And they're all just a little bit different because the game's been around for 24, it was 1994 I think it was released, so it's been around for 20 plus years, and they're getting a bit long in the tooth. So attempting to maintain an Adam's Family pinball machine in an office with 1,500 Googlers who are constantly attempting to play it is definitely a challenge. Something is always breaking, so I'm very much looking forward to something that is driven by modern solid-state electronics. Oops. Ugh. Fuck. So the changes to the manifest request stuff, so there's a lot of people who are upset about it right now, and I know that. I think that there's very real performance and security reasons why Chrome feels the need to, in the long run, eliminate the web request API functionality. It's unclear to me the timeline that all of this is taking, and it feels to me like there's a little bit of this being, you know, developers being understandably concerned, but setting a timeline expectation that is not reasonable. Like, yes, there is an API that is intended to replace what is currently there that isn't done yet, but the intent is not clear to me that they want to get rid of the existing API until they've added more functionality. In the meantime, what they're adding seems like it will be like thousands of times faster, and I absolutely have a lot of sympathy for the fact that a huge amount of the web is based on the perception of how things work with AdBlock, because a lot of people use AdBlock, and so making AdBlock so that it is much faster, I think, is really much better for users in the long run. And it is my hope that Chrome developers are going to listen to the concerns of the community and make appropriate choices as to when these API changes happen, and hopefully work to correct the limitations of the existing, or of the new APIs, to provide some more functionality. Because about 98% of what like blockers do nowadays is absolutely solvable within the framework of the new API that Chrome is adding, and I'm pretty convinced that developers are smart enough to do it. So. I believe that using AdBlock is unethical. I also believe that in some circumstances it is the only safe way to browse the web. think that's unfortunate, and I think it is way not the majority of cases. But I think that for, you know, I absolutely feel that I installed an ad blocker on my my father-in-law's computer because he would click on anything, and it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. Hello, Jan the Human. Long time no see. But yeah, I mean, like, as The Good Place has taught me, there are many things which are unethical in life, and I absolutely think that I don't feel that using adblock is any more unethical than many other things I do. For example, I don't think it's more unethical than BitTorrenting new episodes of Gold Rush. You know, yes, I could buy each season of Gold Rush for $35, but I BitTorrented instead because I think that $35 for a single season of a single TV show is an unreasonable price to pay. So it is not to be less ethical. It is, life is complicated. And I stand by that. I'm not claiming the message is to be less ethical. But I do think that message is that being ethically good is complex in the modern world. Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that is 100% an unethical thing. Like, I do not defend it. I think that I lose points for it. If there's a big Good Place book tracking points, it is 100% the case that I lose points for BitTorrenting, whatever it's called, Gold Rush. I don't watch it a lot recently, so it clearly doesn't matter to me as much anymore. And like, yes, I lose points for it. Don't disagree. But I also feel that relative to other things I can do, meh. I didn't say, I was giving an example of how I'm going to the bad place, Brad. I'm sorry if that was less clear. Like, I'm a bad dude. Love 31 Game Room. I appreciate it. I will miss hanging out. I will not miss the feeling of obligation that I had to hang out, which I know is stupid, but is still definitely the way I felt. So, thanks, Van Helsing. I hope you have a good night. I like... Hello, Leif. Ba-dum, cool man. So I have actually cooked, keep in mind, I have cooked a lot of things, right? So like setting aside what Blue Apron tends, like I've cooked stuff before. I've done lobster dinners. I've done lots of different stuff. No Wario's Woods. Nobody likes Wario's Woods except for you, Brad. Not even me, really. Like, I definitely get exhausted of Wario's Woods before my game ends. But yeah, so there is shrimp tonight. At some point this weekend, I'll be prepping shrimp. So, Coolmon, you know I'm always down for puns. So, contrary to the wishes and desires of some of my community. Alright, so now what I need to do is I need to make, like, I used to have a game form, and now I'm going to have a recipe form where you can suggest things I'll cook. Now the reality is at the moment I'm very much still, I'm really liking how much I'm, like, learning about how to, like, move through recipes quickly using Blue Apron. That's really helpful for me. Oh, you can choose. So Mathros, like, for Blue Apron every week, I have a choice of, like, I'm picking 2 meals a week, and I have a choice of 9. So you can choose. I picked the seafood one because it was interesting to me. But, like, you know, there's a lot of different options that you can have. So if seafood isn't for you, there's definitely options that allow you to not do that. I mean, they have vegetarian stuff. They have everything. They have a pretty comprehensive set of options for cooking. Oh yeah, Brad was being facetious. Never assume anything Brad says is serious, and you'll be definitely better off. Ugh. Ah! I don't think I have a local pier that I can go crabbing at. Oh god, I hate these things. Go away. Just don't like you. Vicky! There's an option for eating cheese every day? Alright guys, as soon as we finish this boss, I will check if there's an option for eating cheese every day. Alright, that did not go well. Have a good night, Core Dreams! Thanks for coming by! And like I said, I'm not gonna disappear. I'll still be around, I'll still do birthday streams, I'll still do, you know, Extra Life, I'll still do stuff. Don't expect me to disappear entirely. Just expect it to not be every week, every time, so. Brad, I have to admit that I was a little bit less surprised than I might otherwise be because she commented on my going away video. So that was the trick. Had she not commented on my going away video, had I not recently had an interaction with Vicky where I got all of my oh my god, it's Vicky emotions out, it might have been a little bit different. I admit that, like, I was biased. Yeah, so for Blue Apron next week, right? So I am going with the Korean style beef and spicy mayo and the Greek chicken and farro. Is that really what I picked? Can I change this still? Because that is definitely not what I want. Ugh, none of these are great. But yeah, Korean style beef and spicy mayo, Greek chicken and farro salad, seared chicken thighs and glazed apple. Do that. Crispy chickpea grain bowl, Mexican spiced shrimp, broccoli and ricotta cannellini, pork chorizo burgers and potato wedges, and 1-pan udon noodle stir fry. So, like, I can pick any of these, like, 8 recipes for my thing this week, so. Yeah, chicken thighs and spiced shrimp. So one, you should check out my video on the Chris Plays Gourmet channel where I talk about why I'm going with Blue Apron. But more seriously, like, it's not worth it if you have the ability to go to a grocery, if you have the ability to make the time to go to a grocery store and buy all the things and cook, it's not worth it. I am using Blue Apron for 3 reasons. Let's see. I think there's my blog. Here we go. Blue Apron. Why Blue Apron? I've got all the food I need prepackaged and shipped for me. I don't have to shop. I've got all the ingredients I need in one place, so they're not spread around my kitchen. All my recipes are pre-selected. I don't have to do anything. It'll just keep showing up. And fourth, it's just going to keep showing up at my house, and that is important to me. So So those are the 4 reasons for me. Like, it is expensive. For 2-person meal twice a week, it's $12 per serving, and $12 per serving is a lot of money. For me personally, money isn't the issue. So that's why I'm able to do it. But my goal is to not stay on Blue Apron, and I think I'll be able to do it. Like, the goal for me is definitely to change over to buying things from a grocery store, and I can still actually, all their recipes are online. Like, I can like share this recipe with people. Like, if people wanted this, they could look at the seared chicken thighs thing. So, so this is like, there's no reason that I can't go out and buy, you know, chicken thighs. Oh, there's fucking kale? God damn it, Californians. Apples, sweet potatoes, like chicken demi-glaze. Like, these are things that I can buy. The only thing that's kind of special is like Weeknight Hero Spice Blend. But these are all things you can buy as well. So, yeah. So I've linked a bunch of the recipes that I've cooked so far in my cooking so far channel or update. So fettuccine, Tuscan spice cod, chicken and curry, like all those things are there. You can check out the recipes for those. So, but yeah, so that for me, it's definitely a transitional element to allow me to get past the part of cooking where I never actually cook, which was a problem before. So I have to blame California, Susan. I feel like all the trendy shit starts in California and then makes its way to Cambridge, so I object. I will say that if every live stream that I'd had over the past year was as lively as this one, I might not be stopping streaming. But they can't be. I mean, that's one of the things, right? Like, so my last 2 things that I've, like, 2 of the recent things I've done on the channel, like, one is a video I uploaded that got 126 views, or 140 views or whatever, which was saying goodbye, and one was the Minecraft stream that I did, which somehow got, like, it got 4 times as many views as I normally get, and it got more views than any video I've uploaded since April of 2017. Like, nothing in 2018 came close to my one Minecraft stream, because that's how, you know, something different works. So but you can't do that every time, and that's one of the reasons why, like, for me, like, I'm glad I have the community I do. I'm glad that you're all able to come out and say, you know, goodbye. But I also know that, you know, I'm not doing something interesting enough every week that drives that attention, and that's what I want to refocus. So yeah, exactly, Icky. Icky with the B. I am glad you made us a stream though, Icky. Like, although my excitement, I admit, was unfortunately displayed off stream when I got a comment from you and I was like, oh, Vicky. I am super excited that you were able to make it, because Vicky's the best, and she actually did the best live stream that there ever was. So, you know, it's important to always recognize that Vicky is the best live streamer that there will ever be. Her screaming in rage at Pony Island is the best thing you will ever see. So. Yeah, mate, it's just like next Monday, like, last live stream for real this time. I'm not drunk, I am correct. Well, I love it. So some dickwad came in at the end of my stream and was just like, I can't believe you're playing Minecraft, like, this dead game is so useless, blah 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 blah. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, dude, like, there are 3 times as many people here as there are in my normal streams. Like, you can say all the shit you want about Minecraft being like a dead fucking game, but you're an idiot. Like, Minecraft is not a dead game. It still attracts a lot more attention than the other shit that I play. So, should not try Roblox before I retire. There were 4 separate people who asked me if I would stream Roblox in that stream, so I was asked repeatedly, and I said, not only am I not going to play Roblox, I'm also not streaming anymore. Spiffy Mark! there's a whole description of that, like in the description and on the blog I wrote and everything else. You know, I just can't do it anymore. No, I just can't do it anymore. I can't stream anymore. No, I wanna focus on completing telling stories this year. It's a 2019 goal for me to focus on telling more complete stories that I can be proud of, more like thoughtful edited works that I can be proud of on their own, that stand alone. I love the aspect of streaming, which is social, but I don't love that I never really finish something and look back on it, and it's 10 hours a week of time. It's a lot of investment for me, just in how I feel about it. So being able to step back, not feel like I'm committed to do streams every week, I think will be very useful in allowing me to spend that creative energy on creating other things. The biggest thing I'm going to focus on in the short term is cooking. I'm already cooking twice a week from Blue Apron. I'm editing videos. Right now I have 3 videos in the backlog that I need to do something with, 3 meals in the backlog I need to do something with, and I'm going to get that content out there. So I've got a new YouTube channel, Chris Plays Gourmet, where all my cooking stuff is going on, and I'm really excited about that. But I also want to carry that over into other things. I've got Chris Produces Gadgets, which is going to be about 3D printing and laser cutting and other makerspace activities. I'm going to try and get back and edit some of my drone footage over the past year, and get that out there on my Christopher R. Schmidt channel. I have already started recording some stuff about my thoughts on political matters, which will go on my political channel, which is Politically Unbalanced, and I've also written more than 15,000 words in blog entries so far this year, because I've been focusing on getting more of those complete thoughts out there. So for me, it's really like it's a combination of things, but the short answer is live streams are a great social experience, but they are not the best way for me to get my complete thoughts out there in a way that I can look back on and be proud of, and that's what I want to move towards in 2019. I mean, if you have an avocado tree, then you can grow avocados for avocado toast and sell them to all the millennials, so. But yeah, no, I know, Spiffy Mark. I'm giving you shit. But that's the short answer. So, live streams have been an amazing social experience that has allowed me to experiment. And back when I had more time, I loved, you know, doing them and having time to do interesting things and bring them to the live streaming format, because I do think that when you have the time, doing awesome live stream content and bringing them to a live audience so you can talk about them is great. But when you don't have the time anymore, then a lot of my live stream content just feels kind of meh. So that's all there is to it. If I had infinite time, if I didn't have a job, if I didn't have political organizing to do, from municipal broadband to you know, advocating for workers' rights at Google and otherwise, if I didn't have these other things I felt that I needed to accomplish, then it would be much less of a concern. But I've refocused. I'm currently doing, on average, 6 hours a week of political advocacy, and some of those weeks are as high as 20. It's really hard to spend 20 hours a week doing political advocacy, 10 hours a week live streaming, and I don't remember what I'm supposed to use against this guy. Apparently not that, so not that either. Okay. There we go. Yeah, so there is a goodbye video on my channel where I say all that in like 6 minutes instead, including thank yous to all the people who have helped me out. You know, one of the reasons that I'm able to do what I do now is because, like, the computer I'm using was paid for by the people who watch this channel. Like 2016, like, paid for the computer I'm using. It paid for the monitors I'm using. The reason that I have the ability to do some of this stuff is because I had people who helped me out at a time when I couldn't do stuff. So I really appreciate that. So I take care, AWOL. It was lovely to have you. It's always been lovely to have you. And again, I'm not going to disappear, even from the Chris Plays Games channel. I'm still going to be here on my birthday. I'm still going to be putting stuff out there. We'll see it, but it's not going to be it's just going to be different. It's just going to be different. So. Yeah, and I mean, there's still people out there doing it, right? Like, Stat is out there. Creekcraft is huge now. Like, look at Creekcraft. The guy's gonna hit like 1 million subs like next month at this rate. Like, that guy is insane, and it's because he focused on Roblox and did a thing. Like, one of the things that I will admit influenced my my like thinking and approach here is my audience has shrunk. I looked and my audience like throughout 2018 was just on a steady decline. And you know, not like don't be concerned about like a couple of weeks of decline. Like, don't look at every stream and be like, oh, it has to be bigger than the last. But when you look at something and you're like, okay, you know, my average viewership has dropped to the point where I now have like 30-minute periods in the middle of streams where no one talks. It's less fun. It was less enjoyable for me. Look at that, double extra life. Nice. So that was I will totally admit a motivation is that how much fun am I having on live streams had gone down a little bit. They were feeling more like a chore. I've played through 350 different games on stream, so like some of the like, oh, I really love this game bits had also gone away from me, right? Like, I no longer had quite as much of the, oh, I really want to share this awesome game with people, because I've shared a lot of the ones that I really love. So I am almost positive that YouTube gaming's numbers are going up through the rear. Every time I look at stats, like at the number of viewership stats, like I feel like those numbers are freaking gigantic. Like, I am positive it's going up in general. I do think that, you know, the right way to do gaming content has always been, in my opinion, to mix in gaming content with live streams with VODs. I think that that's like, if you're not taking advantage of VODs on YouTube, I think that you are not taking advantage of the platform. So streaming only content, I think, is a bad idea. And even Twitch streamers know this, right? Like, they put their VODs on YouTube and their live content on Twitch. But if you're only creating live content, people can only consume it in the moment, and it's not taking full advantage of the platform. I have never, like, with this being like a part-time thing for me, and all the other focuses that I have, like, it's never been the case that I'm like, oh, I want to spend the time like editing as well, or rather, even if I did want to, I don't have time. I mean, that was part of the CPG rants, right? Like, my theory was like, okay, I'm gonna make CPG rants be about you know, getting that content out there to have VOD content as well, but I think that didn't work because then it's not gaming. And so, like, all the people who subscribe to me for gaming content, they're like, what is this weird CPG rant thing? Like, that's 10 minutes out of your 4-hour live stream. Why am I seeing this? And some of them got a fair number of views, like my rant, which was really more of a presentation on like how YouTube creators use Patreon, was pretty well read. And I you know, I got like 1,000 views on that, but it just never like worked. So I think that, like, the variety, the reality is that YouTube channels are not TV channels, they are TV shows. And in the same way that you would be kind of weirded out if the Late Show or Last Week Tonight with John Oliver had like a bunch of like video game play or whatever on it. In the time, like, if Last Week Tonight like included a bunch of people just like sitting around playing video games, you'd be kind of like, wait, what's this? Like, I expected John Oliver to tell me about the news this week. Or if you know, you're watching Superstore and all of a sudden it you know, featured like Leslie Knope coming in and talking about Pawnee, Indiana, you'd be like, didn't this show end, you know, 6 years ago or whatever? So, you know, YouTube channels don't have that variety aspect, and I used to dream that like somehow that would change, but I think that was always unreasonable. It was always kind of a bit silly. So I have shared a lot of shitty games. It is absolutely true. And I love the rants, but I also look at the rants and I look at them and it's just like me screaming at a camera, right? Like, I look at them and I'm like, hey, like, I should, you know, this should have graphs, this should have charts, this should have like some data to back up these opinions that I'm sharing, because like, I know that data exists because I consumed it from somewhere, but I'm not putting it there. And like me screaming at you is valuable, but it's not the only value. And you really have to think about like let's talk about sources, and even something as simple as if you look at like Adam Ruins Everything, right? They list these little like source identifiers in the upper right for God damn it, for where they get their data. So DJ Roomba. So that's one of the things that I want to continue to do, but I want to do it in a way that's smarter. Oh, I have to grind these guys out for a while now. Great. Fine. We'll just do that then. Get out of here. Oh god. Fuck. God damn it. Give me the fucking recharge your weapon things. Alright, there we go. Bobby Newport. Bobby Newport is totally like, in hindsight, Bobby Newport is such like a perfect Donald Trump Jr. Like, I mean, I don't know who it was based off originally, but oh my god, like, he was so, like, you know, wait, like, why am I not getting my way? Like, I just want to make my dad happy. Like, my dad's this, like, guy who owns Sweetums, and why isn't, you know, he doing a whatever? It's like, oh my god, like, and I'm sure, like, it's not like Donald Trump Jr. is, you know, Eric Trump or whatever is, Donald Trump Jr. is who I'm thinking of, is, like, particularly, you know, politically savvy or thoughtful or whatever, but I don't know. It's just like, oh my god. Oh, yes, Metal Blade, good plan. As always, Yugi out here helping me with the things I need to know. So that'll be a problem if I ever, you know, if I play games on my own, I will have Yugi sitting here telling me like the things that I'm screwing up. On the other hand, I'll probably edit out this part where I fuck up for 20 minutes, so you know. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Giving any of the Trumps credit for having a good heart is totally unreasonable, and I shouldn't do it. Because I don't think they do. Am I gonna die? No, I'm good. Okay. Bup, 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 bup. Perky GW Vision. Okay. That's entirely possible. Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to look back, like, think back, because I watched Parks and Rec after it happened anyway, and so it's a little bit hard for me to think back to what exactly was the context in which they were making some of these episodes, right? Like, I certainly know that some of Google's most googly things have happened after their episodes about Grizzle. You know, not all of them, but some of them. It's such a... I just finished well, I'm kind of, like, not interested in rewatching Season 7, but I have just finished a rewatch of most of Parks and Rec, so... I am not a fan of Kamala Harris. I'm a fan of Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren has my vote so far. If the primary was today, I would vote Liz Warren in a heartbeat. My concerns about Kamala Harris are focused on her treatment, her like position on prisoners' rights, and especially like trans prisoners' rights. I think that she has this pretty strong consistency about how she feels about people until they're in prison. At which point they are no longer human. She's also got some sex worker issues. She was a big proponent of the FOSTA SESTA bill, which I am very much not a fan of. And Warren also owes me, I mean, Warren is far from perfect on that as well. So, you know, it's not like Kamala Harris is alone on that particular front, but I'm pretty disappointed in them, so. I'm not surprised, Brad. I think they present two very... I had forgotten that Season 1 Leslie Knope was so different, and when I rewatched it, I was, you know, it was interesting. I think it's actually one of the reasons that Jess doesn't watch Parks and Rec is because she really cannot stand the first season Leslie Knope, and I'm kind of curious if she would watch it if we started on like season 2, because she just finds the fuck-ups that Leslie has so cringeworthy. They later moved that to Andy, obviously. So, oh, the Biden, no, fuck Biden. Like, that guy, just go away, dude. Biden does not have my vote. Sanders is apparently going to declare any day now, which is going to make everything a fucking mess. I wish that he just wouldn't run. But... But yeah, so Kamala Harris's position, I mean, I mentioned when Kamala declared that Kamala's name is trash in the sex worker and trans communities, and both of those are groups of people who are near and dear to my heart in a lot of ways. So I stand with them in feeling very much like Kamala Harris has a lot to answer for. I'm not saying it's impossible for her to answer for it, but what she's given so far has been pretty shitty and consistent with her basically saying that, you know, once you go to prison, you kind of don't have rights that I need to defend anymore. Which is sad, because it doesn't jive with the rest of her position, which is very human rights centric, very, you know, positive in general. But it's what I get from that, and that's a struggle for me. Yeah, so Biden will be in, not a fan of him. But I mean, the reality is, like, I feel like in the primary, like, my goal is not to vote for like some, like, who can win or who can do XYZ. Like, my vote is going to be for who I think has the policies that I am most, like, enthused about and focused on, and so... Take care, Vicky. Final stream, Snake231. I'm gonna focus on VOD content. I've got about 4 or 5 different channels linked in the description below where I'll be focusing on VOD content. So, you know, Brad, I'll have to dig more in and see how I feel about that. It is worth noting that my Clinton love is based on largely on who I was in the 2016 election, because Clinton's not running for anything now. My Harris opinion is based on who I am now, and I am 2.5 years older, wiser, and frankly different. I have a lot of different priorities now. For example, I believe in unions that I did not in 2000. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that. It doesn't matter, but I didn't mean to do that. That I did not have in 2016. So it's entirely possible that I made the wrong choices. Sanders just so doesn't excite me, so. I don't know, Disguise. What do you want? I will say, Fuderia, that it is not super uncommon for some segments of the LGBT community to effectively throw trans folks out under the bus. I don't know that that's relevant in your case, but removing the T from LGBTQ is certainly a talking point in some circles. Not a good one, not one obviously that I, you know, endorse and happy about, anything else like that, but something that happens. So Mathros, I'm pretty sure that there's gaps in the floor there, so it's not about that. It's not about not wanting to walk. It's about being afraid of falling through and landing on spikes. So there's hidden gaps through all these floor areas, and I don't actually know where they are. So there's definitely one that I use where I know there's a gap in the floor, and there's another one that I use where I'm not sure if there's a gap in the floor because I always use Rush Jet over it. Oh, that was Mathros. I was trying to the wrong person. I said Fooder, I think. It's entirely possible. I can only speak to what I have seen. But yeah, the reality is that I don't feel the need to defend or choose Hillary Clinton anymore unless she decides to run again. So, oh yeah, I mean, Kamala Harris is not only really popular in the Bay Area, she is 100% the expected front runner for the race. Like, there's no question at all that if there is a leading candidate at this point is 100% Kamala Harris. But Warren has my vote. I think, you know, I'm a little bit dubious of Warren's, like, capitalism is great, we just need to do it better perspective. It's meh to me. I'm much more coming around to the idea of, like, ugh, capitalism, like, but on the other hand, I think that, you know, if we are going to take that approach, a lot of the things that Warren has proposed, even though obviously not super likely, but the positions that she takes and her strong position on consumer protections are ones that I feel very strongly about. And I think that of the people in the race, she has the fewest skeletons in her closet. Also, keep in mind I live in Massachusetts, right? Like, Warren is my senator. She's got things to answer for sure. But I feel pretty good about her representation of me overall, so. I don't think that Clinton will run again. I think she would be making a big mistake too. Beto O'Rourke is completely uninteresting to me, as he is a, you know, generic centrist with not, like, he's a great Democrat for Texas. Like, it is great that he was able to make Texas be as blue as it was. It is great that he was able to put up a compelling race there. If I was gonna pick people who were compelling out of the like 2018 race, I would put way more behind Stacey Abrams, who I think came closer in her race in a redder state, and realistically the only reason she lost is because of, like, massive vote tampering by the Secretary of State, or what, I guess, whatever, whoever it was, Kemp, right? Something like that? I don't know. But yeah, so, like, the love for Beto is great in Texas, but he has no national platform, he has no national love, he doesn't have anything that's needed to win, there. Yeah, Andrew Gillum, also great. So yeah, there's a lot of, but the reality is that those folks have not held national office, have no, like, national experience, and, like, I don't find the idea of having folks with no, like, national political experience running for president super compelling myself, because I feel like it's just a hard job to do well. So the whole, you know, approach of having these fan favorites is concerning to me. I'm gonna go ahead and use an E-Tank just because don't want to risk it, because then I have to recharge everything and it's super annoying. There we go. And I think, like, the part of the reason, you know, a lot of people are very upset or frustrated by the fact that this campaign is starting so early on. And I hear it, right? Like, it's super annoying to have to be thinking about, like, the 2020 campaign in early 2019. On the other hand, this is not really a campaign about just, like, who's going to be president. Right now, this is a campaign again around, like, what does the Democratic Party, like, care about and stand for? And I think that that's, god damn it. And so I think that that's going to be an interesting thing to see over the next year. So I'm definitely not making any decisions yet. There could be folks who run, like Julian Castro. I have paid very little attention to him, but he's an example of somebody who... Shit. How did I fuck that up? Did I use a crash bomb somewhere I shouldn't have? Oh, no, it's fine. Nope, it's not fine. I have no more crash bombs. God damn it. Yeah, so there's lots of folks who I think were interesting in this election, but where they don't have the national platform and they don't have the national experience, and I think that those things are important. So, and Warren's keep in mind, Warren's no older than Trump and no older than Hillary, right? Like, Warren's 60 something. She's 69 now. No, nothing else can damage those. Just so annoying, because that means I have to come back here and I have to grind this shit out. Sure, they're super old, but like, it's the only option we had last time was them. I don't know. Like, I guess, like, the idea that not the only options, but the only options in the general. And Sanders is old too, right? Like, Sanders and Warren are approximately the same age, right? Bernie's 77. Bernie's fucking 77. You're sitting here telling me Elizabeth Warren is old. Like... You're voting Obama. Good plan. Let me know how that goes for you. You don't vote anyway, Brad. Could have voted for Jill Stein, Mathros. You didn't want to vote for Jill Stein? Everyone's favorite Russian stooge? I don't think she's an old 70. Jill Stein was on the ballot. Was she not on the ballot in Oklahoma? She's on the ballot, and she's on the ballot here for sure. Johnson and Stein, the third-party candidates. All right. I don't know how I fucked up so that I didn't have crash bombs left, but you're right. I feel like, I don't know, doesn't matter. Anyway, so the reality is that, like, right now, I definitely the Democratic Party is old. Or the Democratic Party, the established Democratic Party is old. There is no arguing that. There is no response that I can give to that is not 100%. Yep, like, maybe we should have spent more time, you know, creating an environment where we grew it. But there's a huge gap. There's this like new crop of folks, you know, which includes like Harris is, I think, only become a senator in 2016, right? So there's this new crop of senatorial candidates and House reps and everybody else who is young and able to, you know, do new things. And there's an old guard Democratic Party that is like most of the options that are running, like, right, like Biden, Warren, although she's relatively new, but like Biden, you know, Clinton, all these folks are definitely older guard Democrats. And there's a gap in between where there's not a lot of like leadership and talent. And so it'll be interesting to see how that works out. I mean, it's not clear to me that the Green Party is putting forth effort to be seen seriously. I wish that I could take them seriously because I wish that they would behave in a way that intended they wanted to be seen seriously. It's not how I feel. Like, the fact that that Johnson got like 3 times as many votes as Stein, despite like the huge social focus on Stein, is something, which I assume is largely because Trump was so noxious, but I know ballots are state by state. I know. I thought that I just saw that, by the way. I thought that Jill Stein was on the ballot in all 50 states. Bismarcky's the war, like, we do not need Senator Markey to be running for president. Like, please don't encourage that man. Like, he's perfectly fine for what he's perfectly fine for, but it's not, like, he's not a good presidential candidate. He hasn't gotten anything done. Like, he has a lot of the same complaints that I have about fucking Sanders apply to him, so. But yeah, I guess all three of the major party candidates that I think of, you know, Clinton and Trump and Sanders were super old in the last presidential election. I should not have done that. Why did I do that? That's fine. Alright, I'm going to toss a save state here just because I don't want to deal with coming back to more crash bombs, so. 69 is very different than fucking 84, alright? I'm not saying, I don't know, whatever. Whatever. Make fun of me all you want. I stand by the fact that Warren is my choice. And would I love it if Warren were a decade younger? Absolutely. No doubt. Okay, this wasn't as hard because I guess some of the things that the little door things that I blow up stay blown up, so whatever. I still don't actually know how I screwed up. Like, I know how this level works, so. I mean, Gary Johnson was the libertarian candidate. I have a lot of problem with libertarians. I mean, Brad, you can also call him and tell him he should run for president. But yeah, no, so Liz Warren's proposal this week, that came out this week, is on a wealth tax, so, which I'm super psyched about. I think a wealth tax is a great idea, and we should do it. I think that, if you want to attack wealth inequality, the right way to do it is to attack it directly. I think that the idea of the like value of wealth tax that Warren is talking about, so she's suggested like a 2% wealth tax on incomes or on wealth of more than $50 million, and a 3% wealth tax on wealth of more than $1 billion. And like, if you are so dumb that you can't figure out how to make more than 3% annual return on your investments so that you're still getting rich even with a wealth tax of 3%, then you're a bad billionaire. So I have no qualms about that. I'm super psyched about it. I think it's a great idea. I also think that, like many other, like, you know, the Accountable Capitalism Act and other Warren proposals, it is clearly intended and thought of as shifting the Overton window and not as something that is likely to be passed in legislation very soon. In the same way that I would be shocked if at any point too soon we saw a 70% marginal income tax. I just don't see either one of those things actually happening. So yeah, it's a little bit hard. Oh, that didn't do what I wanted to. I don't remember how I'm supposed to beat this guy. Look at this. Nope. Nope, not that either. I remember that. guys are making fun of me for saying Warren's not old. God damn. The other thing is that, like, so the other thing about Warren, though, is, like, regardless of her age, she's out there doing it, I guess is how I would say it. Like, I feel like she's out and, like, taking active, like, getting actively involved in ways that, you know, matter to me, so. No! Fuck! Hello, John! I think she can party. That's my feeling. She did like an Instagram over Christmas where she was like drinking beer in her kitchen or something like that, and everyone made fun of her because she was just like mimicking Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and I'm like, first of all, I don't give a shit. Like, if she can figure out how to ape like the success of social media shit and like not seem like she's pandering, like, more power to her. God damn it. And I used up all my E-tanks because I suck. Yep, Chris Cleary, final stream. I am going to be shifting to focusing on VOD content on my cooking channel and a number of other channels in 2019, trying to tell more complete stories overall. So I'll be shifting away from the CPG live streams as a way of, you know, meeting up with people and meeting people where they are, so. Okay, now I'm almost out of saw blades. No Mega Man microtransaction stores. I've used up all my saw blades. I'm in rough shape. Very useless. Yeah, I expect I'll still stream on my birthday. I'll still, like, put content out there, but it will not be like it has been a regular thing, so. It's true that if I didn't let him regularly hit me, this probably would go better. Let's try that this time. I failed to try that this time. It's hard to not let him hit me, frankly. That didn't hit me. That's cheating. Alright. But yeah, so there's a whole list of links to channels in the description below where I hope to be uploading content in the new, Oh, yeah. I love that that's, like, so I can see him, and I've always wondered, like, what is it about the way that, you know, games capture this, that like, OBS captures it, that you can't? I don't know. It's, presumably something to do with the fact that I'm, like, streaming at 60 FPS, and the game is flickering at 60 FPS or whatever, or streaming at 30 FPS, and it's flickering at 60 FPS or whatever. I don't know. There we go. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe 70 is too old. It certainly sucks, and I wish that Warren could be running for president when she was 10 years younger. I also don't think that Warren is likely. So there's a long primary season to go, And so that's my basic opinion on her. Like, you know, there's a lot of concern about her not being able to get through the primary. I was more concerned about that before she actually started talking. And I heard her speaking in a different way than she has historically in Massachusetts. Not in a way that was pandering, but just in a way that I felt addressed a broader audience. And I think being able to adjust what you're saying to your audience is a really important skill in general. You know, Brad and I were watching a video of me presenting at the DSA at one point, and he was like, I feel like I'm really pissed about, like, this way you're describing things. Like, this is a really stupid way of describing things. And I was like, yeah, but it's because I'm presenting to the DSA. And he was like, well, as long as you recognize why, you know, this is bad. So I think I said something about, you know, capitalist monopolies destroying our who's and what's it's or whatever. And he was like, ugh, that's kind of, it feels gross. And I was like, I was watching it, I was like, oh yeah, that's, watching myself say that feels, you know, gross. Not because I don't think that they are, but because in the particular context, it just felt very pandering to me. But you cater to your audience. You cater your message to your audience, and I think that that's important. And I felt like that was something that I was surprised by. Don't vote for Michelle Obama. Like, what policy office has Michelle Obama held? What? You're joking. I don't know why I'm treating this as if it's a serious comment any more than vote for, like, Bismarcky. She's not running, so I'm not going to vote for her, but it's all celebrity at that point, right? Like, this is like the fact that apparently 70% of Americans in a poll said they would vote for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, so... It's like... She has literally, like, been in office for like a month and a half, during which the government was shut down, and she hasn't been able to really do anything. Like, I understand you're excited about some of the ideas that she's proposing, but mostly you're excited about the celebrity. So. Anyway. So I beat Mega Man. That's good. I need to briefly find my inhaler. I'll be right back. Yeah, so that one fight I just... Oh, AOC is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the new freshman senator from New York's 22nd District, who has proposed a number of progressive policies rolling back to the more... to the 50s and 60s era of, you know, American exceptionalism. The space race, man! We gotta have a new space race, only it's gonna be about not destroying the planet. It's awesome. Alright, so now we are going to be drinking the Lambic Belgian peach beer from Bruges Lindemans. I know everything, Brad. Plus, the key thing here is that you believed me when I said it. You didn't go and check whether I was right or not, so I could very well be wrong. And you probably wouldn't even remember the number I said. So, you know, it doesn't matter. Anyway, Lindemann Pech is a lambic made from local barley, unmalted wheat, peach juice, aged hops, and wild airborne yeast. The brewers add no yeast. Rich, aromatic peach balances wild yeast complexity. True lambics are brewed only in Belgium's Seine River Valley, neighboring Brussels. I know she is, Fooderer. Now, the question is, am I right? Nope, not at all. It's 14th. Not even close. It doesn't even start with a 2. But you believed me. I sounded smart. That's all that matters. Do I have any NES cartridges? I have about 8 in the basement that I need to send to Proto Sam so he can put them to good use for something else. I have 3 NESs, an SNES, a PlayStation, a PlayStation 2, and a handful of games for each of them. Never trust CPG. That's what you've learned today. Yes, exactly. It's 100% the case. You can make up all kinds of numbers. This is absolutely a thing that I have learned in my life. So like another thing that I do is when people ask me what time it is, like I will, without looking, I will say like it's 8:27. And they're like, really? And they'll look and it'll be like 8:23 and they're like, oh my god, like how, or it'll be like 8:34 or whatever. They're like, how did you know how, like, precisely what time it is? And if I had said 8:30, they would have been like, well, yeah, you knew it was about 8:30. Like, you can just make shit up, because people don't know. And if you pick precise numbers, they think you know more about what you're talking about than what you actually than you actually do. So what's 22nd? I'm trying to think why the 22nd stuck in my head. Anybody relevant from DC? Yeah, it's not somebody to be relevant, so. But nobody ever fact checks that shit. Oh yeah, so I'm drinking a peach lambic from Brussels land. Focus. So one of the things that I want to try and experiment with is, so Xbox, ahoy, playlists, where, ahoy 2. Yeah, so one of the things that I want to do is I want to experiment with making, like, so this particular little, like, video, he, like, demonstrated at one point, like, how he did it. It's basically just, like, a beer, it's, like, sitting on a turntable, and just, like, with a dark cloth or something behind it. And I really like the look of that, and so as part of my exploration of making VODs, I want to explore, like, doing things like this, like the neat little video tricks, and seeing if I can create something. So, yeah. So I really, really liked this Blueberry Almanac beer. This is more like a this is less like a beer. I mean, it's a lambic, I guess. I mean, it sounds Belgian peach beer, but it's less like a beer and more like a peach cider. So, I mean, Brindisi is not totally irrelevant. Like, I've heard his name before, but yeah. So, like, I want to do some shots like this. It's one of the things I want to, like, practice more is, like, trying to get some shots like this. So it's one of the reasons why it tastes more like a cider, yeah. So if we look at, I think I've got something here. Let's see. So, and I will flip the button. I think that's the right button. Yeah. So, like, I was doing some, like off the camera, like, interview style
let me
shots.
tell you a little bit about my something. How many fucks do I...
And my video is all fucked up because my SD card reader was broken. But, yeah, so I was, like, experimenting with, like, how far should I sit from the camera? Like, what angle should I look at? Like, can I do focus right? Like, those are all things that I was playing with because I like the idea of being able to play with video as another thing that I'm working on. So, thanks, Alex. Appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't watch that yet. It definitely is the case that YouTube thinks I should watch it, but I have not gotten to it yet. All right, so what should I play? What should I play? What should I play? Brad had suggested City Skylines, which is a possibility. Well, Cuphead and his pal Mugman, they like to roll the dice. But then they played the devil's game, and then they paid the price. Paid the price. And now they're fighting for their lives on a mission fraught with dread. If they'll proceed and won't proceed, the devil will take their heads. Brad, you want to play golf? I know you're drinking all day. I'll do that. Oh, so Brad, I don't know if you've got any opinions on the fact that Bing apparently is blocked in China. It was definitely the case that some Chinese people were saying that was clearly just a technical thing. That's fine. We'll do that. We'll do that. Oh, Bing came back. You think that was them, like, having a fight? Journey to Silius. Yep, never played it. It's true. It definitely feels like it would be relevant. Fortnite and you're out. I've played Fortnite before. It has happened. I think City Skylines is fine. It's a nice chill thing. Excuse me. Gotcha. One momento. Alright, new game, continue game, I think new game. I don't know what the status of any of my existing cities are, so... I don't know what a Beat Bloop or Alice game are. Jack Mulligan, I'm glad you're here. Yeah, so I don't know. All right, let's just pause this. What's my city look like? All right, so got some water on the far side. I don't remember how to move. All right, that's how I spin. I literally alt click doesn't work, right click doesn't work. Hello, Eureka. I did master SimCity 2000. Unfortunately, in this game, I don't know how to do clicking. Huh. Alice in Wonderland or Betty Boop? Closest thing I can think of... I can't think of anything, honestly. I don't know, man. I feel bad for not having any idea what you're talking about, but I don't. I don't know what a pyramid of power is, but... How do I move? This is stupid! Like, can I not move until I do a thing? Maybe that's it. Oh, I move it to the edges. Okay, I got it. I got it. Oh, my hydropower scam. My pyramid of power. Yes. I remember now. Oh, God. Yeah, which I did largely just to piss off Brad. It was great. Okay. So let's all right, so let's just build this road way out. And all right, just run a road right there. Residential. Do it to it. Alright. So presumably I'm going to have to do power for people. And some water. So we'll get some water in here. Now we want to put the water intake upstream of the sewage outtake. So that's water intake. And this is sewage outtake. Yeah, no, Cuphead is the Betty Boop style is definitely like a reasonable description of Cuphead. Yeah. All right, I presume I should have a coal power plant. I could do wind turbines, I guess. Definitely doing well already. I'm off to a great start. Oh, my power isn't connected to anything? But that doesn't matter. New Anthem game. I know nothing about this. I think I saw like somebody like Discord or something did a tweet that made me think that that's a thing that exists, but I know nothing about it. Well, yeah, so I wasn't sure it's lower cost, because oftentimes I feel like that's the case in SimCity, but... You should have water. You have water? You've got water. Oh, you don't have electricity. Now you do. Alright. So we'll do some commercial here. And we'll put some industrial out here. I have learned to not put my residentials right next to my commercials, because it turns out that that causes people to be unhealthy. So this is City Skylines, Chris Cleary. The other thing that I will not completely rule out is potentially doing Twitch streaming for some of the things that I want to do, which I know is not at all interesting to my YouTube audience, and I respect that and understand that. Yay, gaming lawyer, big hearts. You know what? I don't want to. I'm not gonna play this. I don't think. Oh, Jose, so one of my friends who is a burlesque producer in the Boston area is going to move down to Orlando and become a Disney Instagram star. And she is one of the people that I actually find really, interesting as a person to follow. So I thought you might be interested in following her on Instagram. She's gonna be like all those people who like just like go to Disney all the time, and like are popular influencer people. Or World, Disney World. Yes, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to play City Skylines. I thought I did, but I don't. I'm gonna do something different. I don't know what though. Because this just isn't... It's not appealing to me. I mean... I am... Oh, Truck Simulator. That's what I'm gonna do. Yes, definitely Truck Simulator. So are you back for a little while, gaming lawyer? Is that the current status? Oh no, I dropped frames. I'm sorry for dropping frames. All right. Yes, I am much more psyched about Truck Simulator. Well, so the Instagram account is new. So to be fair, she's actually going to get a job. Like, she has desire to be like a Disney attending Instagram, like, personality, celebrity, whatever. What she's actually going to do is move to Orlando and get a PA job, so that she can eventually... Oh. No. What? Quick job. Job market. All right. Get hired as a blah, blah, blah. Where should we drive from and to? Should we drive from San Diego to somewhere? That's where Jose lives. Or should we drive to San Diego? Look, you can be in exclusively anything. Whether you can be effective at it is really up to you. But yeah, no, apparently there are like people who... I can't drive to Boston. American Truck Simulator doesn't go that far. I can go to New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, or California. I don't even have... Oh, and Oregon. I guess I have Oregon, too. San Diego. Should I drive from Eureka? Can I actually drive to Oregon? I may not be able to. I don't know if I bought the Oregon like expansion pack, so maybe I can't. All right, San Francisco. We're gonna go San Francisco to San Diego. Nope, we're not, because we don't have anything that goes from San Francisco to San Diego. So, we go San Francisco to LA. Take job. And we will take the 101. Woo! Wow! Look at the length of that truck. That's a long truck. Alright, how the hell do I get out of here? So I think that for things that are not gaming, I don't think that YouTube does a good job of surfacing content in a discoverable way to meet up with be found in the existing community. There's a little bit of an exception for, oh, why is it not? Okay, stop, back up a little bit. So for cooking content, for programming content, for like other things that are not gaming, I think that I think that Twitch is better at allowing you to meet up with the existing community. So yeah, Disguise is Falling. I totally fucked up. I always forget that or however YouTube displayed the calendar to what? Who the fuck? Oh, god damn it. Someone like drove into the side of my truck. Whatever. It's not really my fault. It's their fault. Oh god, I'm doing it again. Totally gonna run into this person. I haven't even left San Francisco yet and I'm already gonna hit 3 people. Hey, I didn't have to pay a fine for that one. Get out of here, car. Alright, we're good. Now we're on a street. Yeah, so yeah, so I think that finding community, I mean, I've talked about this for a long time. I think that YouTube should do a better job at surfacing live streams by content category for things other than gaming. They have not done it, and I am interested in exploring whether streaming non-gaming content over there is interesting. That would probably be a set of experiments rather than like a decision, because I know that my existing audience has no interest in watching Twitch for the most part, and I wouldn't want to ask people to. So it might just be the kind of thing where I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to do a Twitch stream and I'm going to tell you people about it. Like whoever finds it, and that's all there is to it. What? How? Oh, 22 minutes. I was like, how? I forgot how to check how fast I'm going. But I'm mentioning it for the record. Because I think that's one of the things that I'm interested in doing, is just doing more experimentation, more learning. That's really what I want to do. So Gaming Lawyer overall, move. How's it going? Are things going okay? Did the move in process go as terribly as the move out process? I need to turn the volume on this up slightly. Just a second. Yeah, definitely happier with this than the City Skylines. Sorry, Brad. I know you were a City Skylines advocate, but you get trucks instead. Turns out you have more stuff than you thought. What? That's not a red light. Okay, it's red. Shut up. Stupid lights. I'm totally like, look, I'm just gonna get all the tickets and violations. It's also a simulation game, so. Well, that's good. That's, no, I mean, I totally get how it feels. Like, movers are, can certainly feel, it is easy to feel like you are getting ripped off by movers, because it is easy to feel like you're getting ripped off by movers. Oh yeah, Eureka, I'm always a big fan of smaller streamers. Like, I go to streams because I like the attention. So I always like smaller streamers that, like, I can get the attention of. I occasionally use money to solve that problem. So for example, when I go to Creekcraft streams, I just pay $2 for everything I want to say to him, and that's fine because I usually just want to say hello. But I definitely am I like smaller streamers because I like people to pay attention to me and talk to me. Yeah, this guy's following. I definitely like YouTube better, and I'm a little bit sad that a lot of people have kind of moved exclusively over to Twitch. I do think that, like, part of this is that I think a lot of people expected YouTube gaming to be like, oh, this is exactly like Twitch, but on YouTube. And what has actually happened is that a lot of the people who succeeded over on YouTube have been people who've been doing something different than they would on Twitch, whether that is different in how they stream, but more importantly, how they create other content on the platform. And so a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to have to create VODs or highlights or do these other things. Like, all of that sounds like work, and I'm not interested in work. I just want it to be magic. And so then they switch over to Twitch, where they're not actually getting more success, but they feel happier, which, fine. Like, if you feel happier, great. Yeah, I definitely would not want to be a mover. I agree. Like, please never make me do that. Okay, I need to somehow, I think I can I, how do I adjust my route? Is that a thing I can do here? Oh, where's, oh, the 101. So were you thinking the 101 or the 1, Jose? Because I was going to take the 1 down. Because 101 is boring. Alright, so I'm going to take 101 down to Santa Cruz, and then I'll swap over to the 101. Or over to 1 and take that out by the coast. There we go. Alright. The 101 is practical. I don't care about practicality. I want some beauty in my life, Brad Pritchard. I mean, I think if you look at, like, Creekcraft, right? Like, Creekcraft is on YouTube, I think, because he has had massive success on YouTube. It would be hugely difficult for him to move his audience to Twitch, especially because the Twitch audience is way older. So for Roblox, like, he's in good shape. Yeah, lanes are overrated. I clearly have not played this game for a while. I'm just kind of like, whee, lanes, red lights, running into cars. So I think that, but for, so, like, for Streamlabs, oh, fuck you. I was going 7 over. Like, Should run into the cop. Take that, red light or speeding violation. Alright, let's head out to Santa Cruz. All cops are bastards. Hey, cab. I don't actually agree with that. It's a point of disagreement between me and some of my comrades here in Boston. Just to be clear, I outrun him because I rammed him off the road. Like, let's be straightforward about what I actually did. Well, I'm a full-timer which is on YouTube. Oh wait, no, I'm not a full-timer. But I'm also not streaming anymore. I have to say, it's so... looking at the future weeks and being like, oh, I can spend more time on all this stuff. I'm so excited about the things that I'm hoping to spend more time on. I'm going to be really disappointed when I actually try and start spending time on them and realize that I don't actually have the time. Like, the reason that I have time for streams is because I feel super obligated to be there, and I'm going to try and frame that time for doing other things and find out that I'm just exhausted and I take a nap and go to bed instead. I don't think you should run all cops off the road, though. That feels like a bad plan. Overall, this feels like a non-sustainable plan. But yes, Brad and I discussed at one point my my political post about how I felt that the socialists in my town were overstating the bylaws of the Boston DSA in discouraging cops from attending. Get out of my way, car! God damn it. Uh-oh. Driving the wrong way. It's fine. I'm sure I'll get on the right side of the road eventually. This definitely is not a risky position to be in. Wrong way violation. Who gives tickets for that? There's no cars. It's fine. And this is why you shouldn't drink and drive. I bet you could. It only costs like $27 a year. Oh, there's no rationality in politics anymore. Sorry, we abandoned that. Gotta go back to never for that. Politics has never been rational. I don't actually even remember how much the DSA costs. I did fill out my membership, my application form for the IWW today. What? I didn't run into that truck. Usually you can't go over the rail. American Truck Simulator isn't actually much of an open world game. I mean, I feel like the right place to drive is just kind of like here, right? Right in the middle. Gives you lots more room to make the turns. Oh, bus. I avoided the bus. Got the nice view out on the ocean here. It's pretty cool. I don't know how to honk. Oh, I engaged my parking brake while driving. Uh-oh, engine malfunction. Eyes on the road. Got it. Apparently they think I should visit a service station just because my truck has like 22% damage. I feel like Stingray could learn something too. There's a lot of learning that could be going on here. This is seriously though, the one is a chunk of road that I really want to drive at some point. Like just go out to San Francisco, rent a car, drive down to San Diego, like, or north. I guess the one goes north too, right? I know at one point like a big chunk of this was washed out by like a landslide or something. Hey, look, the whole road is mine. Like, let's not pretend that this whole road is not mine. It clearly is. Driving 73 miles per hour to 55. Perfect. I mean, I would if I came before September, right, Jose? So the cities are generally not particularly fleshed out. This is one of the reasons that I got this game. Wow, lots of cops. I'm surprised they didn't ticket me as I drove by them at 61 miles per hour. But yeah, so the one of the reasons I got this game originally was to look at like how it does real world scaling and realism and other things like that. So I was kind of on a kick of where I really enjoy hiking in national parks, and I was trying to think about like what is it that I enjoy about national parks, and can I get it from something that is similar, you know, provided in a video game. I still think I would really love to see a virtual environment that represents Central Park as accurately as it can be, or something along those lines, to give people the ability to experience that in VR, you know, something. But since I can't do that, like, American Truck Simulator is one of the things that I bought to kind of look at how do games do like an attempt at realism. Now, we have at times gone through and found like interesting landmarks. So at one point I was driving through an area and all of a sudden like the speed limit dropped to 35, and like I kind of looked at the map and looked where I was, and I went on Google Maps and I found the spot, and I was like, yep, definitely drops to 35. Well, this seems a little bit unfortunate. Like, they're honking at me. Like, thanks, guys. Like, I didn't realize I was blocking the road. American. Well. All right. On the plus side, the $83,000 in truck damage is covered by my employer. Perfect. No problem. Back on the road. I have Disguise, yeah. So we've got a pretty decent VR setup in the office. So I've played a handful of VR games. I've done a little bit of things in and in the like real world space. Oh, how do I turn my lights on? Just like a button for that. Nope, not that button. There we go. Get out of my way, cars! I'm coming through! Alright, so red light. Don't care. I do need lights. I don't think my delivery is late yet. I have 4 hours left. And it's due... yeah, it's due in 4 hours and 12 minutes. And I've got 6 hours left to get there before I'm gonna get there, so. It will be late, but it's not yet. Unless I drive real fast, so I just gotta go real fast. That's the trick. Speedy, speedy. Yeah, anyway, Jose, the there are a number of folks who are kind of like popular influencer types who are focused on Disney. There's a lot of like Disney YouTube creators and Instagram creators who are out there, but they make the same way, it's money the same way as all other YouTube creators. So 99% of them don't make any money and 1% of them get really popular. On the other hand, I find that Sake is really very good at social media stuff. I think she's extremely good at photos. She is really good at finding like interesting comments and things like that she can make. And so I think that she is has a better than average chance of doing something interesting in that space. And like I said, she's been an event producer here in Boston and has worked as a PA for, you know, I think a financial services company or something like that around here for a long time. So I guess her actual name is Amanda, but I've always called her Sake to me. So hello, Mr. 32. Welcome, welcome. We're playing some American Truck Simulator badly. I have 4.5 hours to get my delivery to where it needs to go, and it's going to take me 6.5 hours to get there. So so I'm going to drive real fast and try and get there faster. But yeah, so as far as a world simulator, this has pretty decent representation of the overall highway network, especially interesting features within the highway network, matching the reality of the truth on the ground in a lot of places. But the cities are extremely poorly represented, have almost no streets. Like San Francisco, I think, is like 3 or 4 streets, so they're very poor at that particular aspect of it. Oh god, what are you doing going in the other lane again? So I guess given I'm going to be late, I probably could have not taken the 1 the rest of the way and just gone on 101. It probably would have been faster, but that's for wimps, so I'm not going to worry about that. And it is, to be honest, it is unclear to me. What? What do you mean? I was going around the fucking police car. You're blocking the lane. What do you mean the wrong way violation? Screw you, copper. And more seriously, I don't know how much she actually plans to be, you know, doing Disney things. But like you, she is an adult who loves Disney, and you know, really feels strongly about it. So I thought that was. There are some aspects in which your love of Disney her love of Disney reminded me of you, so I thought I would share. Yeah. Yes, so tomorrow I am tabling at the Our Revolution general meeting. So I will probably be talking to a different group of socialists about how they should support municipal broadband in Cambridge and more broadly. Tabling starts at 9, setup starts at 8:30, and I have some things I have to sneak into the office and print before I can actually do that. So I will have to be getting up at like 7:30 tomorrow morning, hence not getting like super drunk. Oops. My engine's fine. Stop making weird engine-y noises, engine. Just keep going. You're fine. Engine malfunction. The speedway that I always went to when I was growing up had a figure 8. So they had a quarter-mile track that was inside of like quarter-mile oval, and then there was an extra bit on the end that made it a half-mile oval. And they were definitely ovals, which made the figure 8 a little bit interesting because like the wall in between was like right there and it was rounded in the direction. So I have not. Ted Cruz is just a terrible human being. I don't want to discuss that man ever. Fucking whatever, garbage human. So no, I have not discussed his facial hair, nor his crocodile tears. I don't think he deserves our attention. McConnell, at least you have to deal with because he's the majority leader, and so his lapdogging for Trump is actually why the government stayed closed, but I have not, yeah. Oh man, so like, in my mentions, I don't remember what it was. Something about arbitration. So I made some posts related to one of the things I've shared about arbitration this week, and that, you know, basically employers are incentivized to minimize costs and not much else. And one of the people I follow, one of the other Chris's I follow, used to follow, replied and was like, "But my boss is nice to me." And I was like, he's only going to be nice to you until, like, it's not in his best interest to do so. Like, when he sells the company to somebody else, like, that's not going to be there anymore. There's no incentive under the system he's working under for him to, like, be nice to you. So you still, you know, should think about what that means for organizing with your workers or whatever, so... Manda Salve. I don't know what that means. But yeah, and so we kind of went back and forth a little bit, and I was like, whatever, like, it's fine. And then someone came in, and he was like, you know, well, in markets, like, everything is fine because workers can always change jobs, and anyone with skills has the ability to pick which job they get, so they'll just pick employers that have, like, good benefits and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it was just such the Econ 101 take so the Econ 101 take on like how markets work, and it's like, yeah, okay, fine, in a theoretical market with lots of competition, like these things can happen, but that's not the world we live in. Like, the reality is that there's a whole bunch of that not going on for the vast majority of people. Yeah, you know what, I'll just fall asleep while I'm driving. It's fine. There's not a problem, all right? We'll just keep driving, and we're gonna make it there. We're not gonna fall asleep. And if we do, we'll just keep driving. Anyway, welcome Mail TV. I'm the Chris who plays games. This is my final regularly scheduled live stream on this channel. At the moment, we're playing some American Truck Simulator, where we are driving around outside of Fresno, attempting to deliver this load of God knows what. Home accessories that weighs 40,000 pounds. Our destination is LA, after which we will maybe keep driving down to see Jose in San Diego. But, yeah. But yeah, I definitely like looked at the reply and I was just like, you know what? I don't need to try and educate this Econ 101 guy. You know, the world is more complex than you imagine it is. I already deal with pseudo-libertarian bullshit from people. Pulling for a vehicle inspection? Fuck that noise. I am totally going to be skipping that. I'm getting tired. $660, worth it. Oh, ran into somebody, worth it. I'll be fine. I got $106,000. I'm a rich man. I can afford a few tickets. Just straddle this line here. Make sure we got ourselves plenty of room on each side of the road, especially because I'm going to start dozing off. So this will be important very soon. Yeah, so I'm speeding. What are you gonna do? Give me a ticket? Get out of here, car. Oops. Ran into somebody else. Doesn't matter though. Still going 73 miles per hour. That's all that matters. Nah, you can't tell what price they're... It tells you what price they're charging for gas when you pull up, but I think it's always the same. Because you actually have to fill up for gas. You can see I'm actually... I think I'm low on gas, but not low enough that it would matter for this particular trip. So I got about 2 minutes left on this trip. It's 2 hours in-game time, but it's about 1 second per minute of game time to non-game time at the moment. So it actually, the time shifts. It's variable depending on whether you're in a city or in a highway. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I know. I will say I think I've cut like a whole hour off of the early... oh no! Engine malfunction. Stop malfunctioning, engine. I feel like I saved almost a whole hour off of the expected delivery time, so I'm gonna be late. I'm not gonna be as late as I was supposed to be. Driving 75 and a 55. Because California has rules that all trucks have a maximum speed limit of 55. Nevada does not have the same rules. Uh-oh, we're going up a hill. Yeah, so this is one where I could probably look up on a map and find this hill. And find like a couple of the signs that are on here on it. Like this sign that's like truck lane, slow vehicles only, etc. Like those are usually pulled directly from the actual roads. So I did that before when somebody was driving near LA, looked it up and told, I think Gaming Lawyer, I think like I shared a link with Gaming Lawyer because he was driving by like a runaway truck ramp. So I went and looked up the runaway truck ramp that he was driving by and said like, here's a link to it. Yeah, I ran into somebody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can run into somebody 100 more times on this trip and still have money. Alright, now we're picking up speed as we come down the hill. Got my foot to the floor. 86. 87. Can we hit 90? 90. Oh! $91. Back to 90. Alright, we come off the hill now. Hey, you keep telling me I'm getting tired, but I seem to be doing just fine, don't I? Cut another 15 minutes off my trip time. It's great. Oh shit, I need to make this turn. No rant, Jeff. I expect that the rants going forward will probably be I don't know. Oh no, I'm running out of fuel too. I think I'll be fine on that. Only got another 11 miles to go. Yep, government shutdown is over. Donald Trump gave in and accepted the bill for the exact same thing that he shut down the government over in December. So good on him, I guess. It's only over for 3 weeks though, at which point we'll see if he plays chicken again or if they're going to pass some kind of border security thing before that he can call a win, or like what's going to happen. God knows at this point. Oof. Turns out those bollards are much more solid than I took them for. Probably made of steel with concrete in the middle of them, just like Trump's stupid-ass wall. Oh. Engine malfunction. Seriously? You're gonna brake right here? Oh, my trailer's stuck. I don't need a mechanic. Everything's fine. I'm gonna just Deliver it in a hurry. There we go. I delivered it late. So I lost 13,000 for delivering it late. And 206 for 68 for delivering it late, and 13,000 for the damage to my truck. So here's the thing about this, is that if I had gotten my truck repaired, I probably would have had like an extra like 6 hours of lateness, which probably would have cost me another $1,000. But because it was a quick job, the company would have paid for it rather than me. So I lost $5,000 on this, plus about $10,000 to $15,000 in tickets. So overall, this was like a negative $20,000 job. Yeah, probably could have handled that differently. But that's all right. LA to Oakland, Fresno, Barstow. Nothing takes me to San Diego. Anyway, I was just being silly anyway. That's right. I had fun, and that's what matters. You know what? It's like 12:40. It's 12:30. I have to be up at 7:30 in the morning. I think I'm actually about done. So, again, I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank you all for being here in this stream, in all the streams that I've been here for. It's been a ton of fun, and I'm looking forward to doing some more things that I hope you'll find interesting. Links to all the stuff I'm going to be working on, as well as my weekly newsletter, is going to be in the description below, or is in the description below. So you can sign up via email, via blog. We'll see it on my Patreon, on here, on the community tab. I'm going to get that stuff out there, and even maybe try and make videos on the Chris Plays Games channel of just all the stuff I'm working on. I'm going to be doing blog posts. I'm going to be doing cooking videos. I'm going to be doing, gadget teardowns. I'm going to be doing all this stuff. Monday, you'll probably not see me, but I'm also going to be taking more German classes. I'm also going to be, doing more activism in town. I'm going to be continuing to do the things that I've been doing for a while. And so I hope that we will continue to keep in touch and continue to do things together. But I also am looking forward to having a little bit more flexibility in what I do. So at the very least, there will be a stream around here around the time of my birthday. I will give you I will absolutely be doing a stream on my birthday, and I will give folks a heads up on exactly when that will be. But beyond that, streaming has been fun. It's been a really solid 3 years. It's been a really solid time. And I was happy to do it. And I'm happy to see what's next. So, thank you all. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And if you're subscribed to my newsletter, you'll see an update from me on Sunday afternoon. So, take care. Bye-bye.